man took out a pair of handcuffs, cuffing one end to the bedpost and the other to his wife's hand. In order to rekindle his manly vigor, he then swallowed over a dozen enhancement pills, preparing to rediscover passion with his wife. But unexpectedly, he suddenly suffered a heart attack. After a violent convulsion, he collapsed heavily onto his wife. At first, the wife thought it was part of his playful plan. While cooperating and calling for help, she tried to prop him up with her feet. But something started to feel off. She mustered strength and pushed him. And to her horror, his body rolled off the bed. Though she sensed something was wrong, she still held on to a sliver of hope and sat up to shout his name. But the next scene left her stunned. Blood was gushing from his head. He had clearly died from the heart attack and the fall. Panicked, the woman screamed for help, but they were the only ones in the house. No matter how loud she yelled, it was in vain. 5 hours passed. She gradually calmed down. Suddenly, she heard movement outside. She called out through the window, and soon the sound entered the room. But just as she thought she was saved, she realized it was only a hunting dog, lured in by the scent of blood. Realizing what might happen, she shouted at the dog to stay away. But being cuffed to the bedpost, she couldn't do anything. She could only watch helplessly as the dog began tearing into her husband's corpse. To protect her husband's body, she tried to break free from the handcuffs. Surprisingly, one side slipped off easily. Relieved, she jumped off the bed and broke the wooden bedpost with force. But just as she was about to leave the room, she turned around and was shocked. It was all a hallucination. She hadn't escaped at all. Time kept ticking, and she realized she had to be rescued before nightfall. Once darkness came, she wouldn't be able to see a thing.